Falspawn! The ones that showed up in our fight against Schrager!
I made sure you got Elder's power, but it looks like his Falspawn minions split off and stuck around. We're in the Akashic records, but they're still like the ones on the outside. You better waste them all now, or it'll bite you in the ass later.
We have ample data on these, but there's still a lot of them. Be careful fighting them.
It looks like the battle on Omega is over. Thanks for cooperating with the operation.
Falspawn coming out of Castrum Demonicus. Ephemera or no, this is really demanding our full attention now.
Oh my, I was wondering who broke the Castrum Demonica. Of course it was you two. If you're out here, does that mean my brother lost? Oh, that was quicker than expected.
It's you!
Oh, relax. I'm not about to start spouting drivel about avenging family. You only dispersed him, anyway. He'll reassemble sooner or later.
Who are you? What are you after?
Oh, my brother didn't spell it out? I want war. Everywhere. At any rate, do you have time to bother with me, Guardian? I should think there's trouble in Quento by now. I suggest you get back quickly if you want to save the world. Adieu for now.
I hate when the enemy is right, but this is concerning. We'd better get back to Harriet and the others.
All units have deployed, Your Highness.
Good, thank you.
How remarkable that this should happen while the Guardian is away. Luck seems to be against us. Perhaps it had help.
Put your fears to rest. Moments like this are the very purpose of a Sword Maiden's life.
Your hands betray you, Sword Maiden. You needn't put on a brave face for us.
I admit I doubted this would happen in my lifetime. I hoped it would never be necessary to unleash this power. But the time has come. All I can do is devote all of my being, all of my power, to my blade.
I certainly would have preferred to have the Guardian here at our side.
If wishes could fight a battle, we'd have already won. Listen, here it comes.
Crimson Fellworm.
Fascinating. Perhaps we should take those legends of how it destroyed the world more seriously.
Phosphorescence! He's going to breathe fire! Raise a barrier!
No need. speaks. It says to lay the beast low, to seal it away. My body is a vessel for that purpose. I'll end this quickly. All of you, stay out of it!
Simply extraordinary.
All of you, keep that barrier up! The maiden may be handling things, but we can't let the Fellworm get away!
Is something the matter, Harriet?
I don't know why, but when I look at that Fellworm, I'm filled with dread.
Where is it now? Let's see.
Over, Crimson Fellworm. This is no place for you. Go now and sleep quietly, deep beneath the earth.
Bravo! Splendid work, Sword Maiden. Seems the Crimson Fellworm was hardly a match for you after all. Or so I'd say. But wait, there's more. Look where you stand, on the grave of a man who sought power and fame, crumbled with his castle, who now lies among the ephemera. A thwarted soul, burning with chagrin, with rage. What do you think it would do if it found a vessel?
Police! Watch out!
My blade's seal. It's not working. There's some other power here.
Sword me! Filthy traitor!
What? Is his soul inside the Crimson Fellworm?
Unforgivable! Unforgivable! All who dare defy, taste my power and die!
Guardian! Thank goodness! You've come back for us!
Guardian, I'll burn you away with all the others!
Is that the Crimson Fellworm? What's this for?
Spot, Fairy. Lux's soul is in the beast now. All thanks to the Ephemera's power. The Sword Maiden's power was enough to seal the Crimson Fellworm itself. But the Ephemera draw from a different source. Hence the seal's failure.
So it's a being that once wrecked the world, mixed with a force that's terrorizing it now? Now, that's just over the top. But if Elise can't seal it away, what are we supposed to do?
We'll just have to kill it. Let's see how mighty the Fellworm is when it's been massacred into tiny particles! I'll set your soul free, Uncle! No. I have to seal it away. I can't watch my uncle suffer like this!
Listen, Guardian. You too, Sword Maiden. There happens to be a way we can strip it of the ephemeris power. One way and one only.
Luther, you don't mean...
Guardian, take the Fellworm out of action. Sword Maiden, you prepare the seal and provide cover. After that, I'll take care of the rest.
What is it you're planning on doing?
Something only an expert on ephemera could do. That's all. There's no time to explain. Get moving.
Guardian, fall back! My blade, be thou chains of sunlight. Ward off calamity and bind this skulking evil. Benoit! It's not working. Some other power is resisting the bind.
So, trying to heal damaged flesh through summoning and implant a soul. What a miserable joke. I'm the one who invented that technique. You're using research I already scrapped. Here's where you belong. Not writhing around in that crimson fellworm. Whoever, or whatever you are, the only one fit to handle this technique is me! Worthy of being a subject for it!
Will the seal hold?
No. It is imperfect. My blade tells me. The best we can hope for is that we've bought some time. We'll only have a short respite before the Crimson Fellworm reappears. That's our opportunity to defeat the Fellworm for good. And free my poor uncle's soul.
Luther!
Harriet, it's all right. I'm fine.
What did you do, Luther?
I only disrupted the process of summoning new flesh to regenerate the Fellworm. The beast's own power still remains. Someone who is using ephemera to strengthen it too. We need to approach it carefully, or suffer the consequences. Not a shred of hesitation. I suppose that's what makes you the Guardian. I'm exhausted. Let me rest for a spell.
So, the Crimson Fellworm's finally back.
I apologize for being so helpless and leaving all of this in your hands, Guardian.
This isn't the time to worry about something like that, Elise. Let's go over the plan instead.
I will form a barrier to hold the Crimson Fellworm down, and prepare to seal it once more. It will not be able to move as quickly within the barrier. I need you to take advantage of that and defeat it. This is the Laconian sword, the blade that pierced the scales of the Crimson Fellworm of legend. I entrust this blade to you, Guardian. Within the barrier, it can duplicate itself to aid you in your fight. The Crimson Fellworm's scales are constantly shifting to hide its scars. However, inside the barrier, you should be able to locate an area of weakness. If you strike that weak point with the Laconian sword and cut away its scales, its scars will be revealed.
In other words, if we expose the scars and then focus our attacks there...
Correct. You'll be able to defeat the horrid beast. Once it's weakened, we should be able to free the soul inside, even without sealing the Fellworm. It's my honor to fight alongside you, Guardian.
Now, I fulfill thy pact, my blade. Crimson Fellworm, sleep in the depths of the ground forever!
Uncle.
All the suffering I've caused you. What have I done? To my king, to Luther, and Harriet, to the people of Coento. My regret knows no bounds. How long have I been trapped in this horrible, unending vision? This nightmare, whose dawn would not come. Until you woke me from it at last, Alice. And you, Guardian, you will always have my utmost gratitude for setting me free.
A never-ending nightmare! Was Lutz being manipulated by someone?
At this point, I've not the faintest idea. But at least my uncle's soul is finally free from the Crimson Fellworm. He can be at peace at last. I cannot thank you enough for finally ending his torment. However, the Crimson Fellworm has not been banished completely. My blade confirms this. If it was revived with the power of the ephemera, then as long as that power exists, it could be revived again at any time. I will continue to stand watch here. I imagine it's the best way I can take responsibility for what has happened.
Elise, please don't push yourself.
I know. My power alone amounts to little after all. And more importantly, I know I have a shoulder to lean on. In you, Guardian.
Xiao, are you sure this new power is... safe?
I didn't pin you for such a warrior, Matoi. Like I said, there's no sign that anything's wrong. All their readings are completely normal. There's no indication they've absorbed too much of the F factor or anything like that. It's nothing at all like becoming the profound darkness. You could even say it's the opposite. But why don't we just ask you? How do you feel? Anything out of the ordinary?
Come on. Can you not see what a mess you'll make if you run your mouth now? Keep your damn trap shut.
Using this power you took without completely absorbing it to manifest a dark falls and use it to fight. It's a lot like Avatar arms. I've never seen a power manifest like that. Why now all of a sudden? Logically speaking, I bet it has something to do with the ephemera. Maybe that interacted with the Guardian's photons to create some new power? But aren't the ephemera themselves like fragments of the profound darkness? How could something like that give you power?
Sierra, who do you think is the host of the profound darkness right now?
Oh. Maybe that's why I don't sense anything off about you. I think I agree with Matoi. Your photons are flowing normally after all. Do you feel alright?
I'm not surprised that Matoi is worried, really. We'll keep digging and running checks, but for now, I'm just glad you're doing alright.
After a bitter struggle, the Guardian had wrested Waylon from the bloody grasp of Emperor Shredder. In Coento, the Crimson Fellworm had been sealed away once more, thanks in large part to the Sword Maiden's valiant effort and Luther's quick thinking. With these looming threats dispelled, the Kingdom of Coento enjoyed a moment of hard-earned rest. In the aftermath of the Crimson Fellworm and Waylon's fall, a single peaceful week passed. Harriet took her place as Coento's new monarch. She and her retinue convened in the throne room to discuss their next steps. One among them seemed distracted. Any word from the Sword Maiden regarding the Crimson Fellworm?
Our army is keeping watch as well. They've reported no problems as of yet. The Sword Maiden herself reports that the seal looks likely to hold for the time being. As for Waylon, true peace seems a long way off. The land is still rife with Castrum Demonicus, but the intermittent conflicts along our border with Waylon have settled down at least.
Then let's keep preparing to send them food and resources. Helping the people of Waylon back to their feet should be our top priority.
Our own land is far from rich in such resources, my lady.
Be that as it may, if we bungle this first approach to them, the consequences will be ours to bear forever. If we scorn them for being from another country, it could spark riots. We must avoid that at all costs.
What drivel, Harriet. Don't waste your time pandering to the riffraff of other lands.
Luther, do you know what you're saying?
Words of reason, my dear sister. Do you know what will throttle all inklings of resistance? A few executions. Show them blood, and they'll fall in line. Then, we send word that if they stand down, their lives will be spared. No one would dare ignore us after seeing how we laid low the mighty weight.
Luther!
I'm sorry. Please, forget I said anything.
Very well. We don't want to meddle in Waylon's affairs and risk causing a ruckus. We'll ask them to sort out who will rule.
Normally, the late Emperor's younger brother Elmir would succeed the throne, but he has vanished.
Luther, what's wrong? Is something the matter?
I'm not feeling well. Please excuse me and carry on, everyone.
Something about him doesn't seem right. He's not usually so... aggressive, is he?
Oh, Luther.
How did this happen? I didn't create the child just for things to end up like this. Wait. If I could only become all-knowing, then I wouldn't have to stoop to such foolish methods. Why won't you respond, Xion? Are you trying to tell me that it was the only answer there could be? No, 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 no! This is no solution! This is unacceptable! Yes. Yes. My knowledge will know no bounds. And then I'll...
What's the matter, Luther? You're the one always telling me to knock. Luther. What's wrong?
Oh, Harriet. My greatest masterpiece. You don't belong in this place.
What are you... That was Harriet's voice, wasn't it?
Lady Harriet! Is that... Master... Luther?
I'm picking up Dark Falls readings. Could using the ephemera have awakened it in him?
It's no use. I'll never hand over Harriet. My greatest masterwork. When infinite knowledge is finally mine!
Stop! No! How could this be? How could Master Luther take Lady Harriet? Right from under our noses!
Are you all right, Varuna?
I'm not the one we need to worry about. As irksome as it is, we must accept Master Luther's betrayal and deal with it. We must contain word of Her Highness's disappearance. It would shatter the foundations of our entire country if the news spread. We must search for her in absolute secrecy. Understand, Guardian?
Right. We know what we saw. It's up to the three of us to do something about it. Do you know where he might have taken her?
Master Luther has always guarded his secrets. Her Highness might have known, but I couldn't even begin to guess. However, we may have a trace of his movements. I've received unconfirmed reports that a castrum demonica has been summoned to the north of the capital. What's more, they said the fortress was summoned by a winged supernatural being of unknown origin. That points strongly towards one conclusion.
So Luther summoned a castrum demonica as he fled?
As Her Highness's adjutant, I must keep the kingdom's official tasks running smoothly, so her absence goes unnoticed. Can I count on you, Guardian? I am in your debt.
So first Elder appears, then Luther transforms. It's like Omega is tracing our own history.
Shao, are you sure what's happening on Omega is just a muddle of data from the Akashic Records? The events themselves may be fragmentary, but as a whole, they're deeply interconnected. Something's linking all this together.
Something most likely connected to the Photoners.
Exactly. It's like we're vicariously experiencing someone's memories of the Photoners. Suffice to say, it's creepy.
Well, memories are just a type of data. I do think what we're seeing is all data from the Akashic Records. But someone or something could be interfering with it in a way that's producing certain tendencies. What you read or who you see before bed can affect what happens in your dreams, right? Maybe it's like that.
So you think we're seeing events related to the profound darkness because it got mixed up in all this?
Yeah, hypothetically at least. We don't really have proof one way or the other.
Or maybe we're affecting the outcome too, since you and Sierra are getting involved. Well, in any case, we can't afford to just sit back and watch. Keep on looking into things on Omega, you two.
The Guardian hurried to find where Luther had flown off to, with Harriet, his unwilling companion. Each castrum demonica that was newly summoned in northern Cuento served as a breadcrumb on the trail. Luther's very use of these demonic fortresses proved he was no longer the same Luther the Guardian had met on Omega. Approaching the first castrum demonica, the Guardian stopped short, gazing on in complete shock, as a terribly familiar enemy emerged.
Castrum Demonica confirmed! And it looks like Luther's minions have been called in too. I guess we can stop wondering whether Luther was the one who summoned the castle. Well, we can't just leave these things be. And there might be some trace of Luther here. Time to get our hands dirty. picking up any more readings from the Castrum Demonica. Maybe we can follow some trace from the summoning. What? What's the matter?
Luther? Why won't you tell me where we're going?
You'll see.
But I'm supposed to be studying courtly etiquette today, so...
You're quite the dedicated student, aren't you? Don't worry, it's just one day off. It'll hardly make a difference.
But I made a promise with Mother that I'd keep studying every day. What kind of daughter would I be if I couldn't keep that promise?
Well, I happen to have my own promise to keep with Mother. And mine involved bringing you here. And on that note, here we are.
It's so pretty! I've never seen so many flowers.
Mother loved it here. She asked me to bring you to see it. Even your selfish brother couldn't spurn a deathbed request like that.
I can see why she loved it. I can imagine her coming here.
Royalty has no business crying. We live by the support of the people and support them in turn. We must not show them weaknesses.
Yes, I understand.
But look, do you see anyone else? As long as you're here, you don't need to act brave. For now, the only ones here are you and me. And Mother's spirit watching over us.
Mother's spirit?
She's always there by your side. This is no tale I'm spinning to try and comfort you, Harriet. It's just the truth.
Mother! Oh, Mother! I miss you so much! I wish you could hold me, stroke my cheek again. Tell me how proud you are of me. Mother!
It's all right. Cry all you need to. I promise, those tears aren't in vain. No one told me I would have to look after you quite this much. No use complaining, I suppose. So much clinging from you. And here I was sure you hated me.
Don't say that, Luther. I don't hate you at all. It just seems like you're the one who hates everyone. Or maybe it's just that you're not interested in anyone else.
Now why would you think that?
Because you're just too smart. Luther, why are you laughing? Did I say something strange?
That was just out of admiration, Harriet. How blind I was not to notice there was such a fascinating person right under my nose. You're beginning to pique my interest. I wonder just how great this potential in you can grow.
Are you all right? one of Luther's memories? But why would... Could the false spawn born from the Castrum Demonica have linked you to Luther's memory? I guess this is the kind of thing that can happen in the Akashic Records. I have a bad feeling about all this. We'd better find Harriet quickly.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
Where are we?
Save your struggling, Harriet. Not to worry. No one will find us here. Soon I'll find a way to do this without needing to use you. Just a little longer.
Luther! What are you talking about? What is it you're trying to do?
What a foolish question. All I want is to finally reach infinite knowledge.
You're not my brother. Who are you?
Whatever do you mean, Harriet? You know me. I'm Luther.
Oh, you're Luther's, aren't you? Looks like this is the place.
Luther?
This shouldn't work. In theory, it's completely sound. Oh, hello, Harriet. Look at you. Way out here in the hinterlands.
Luther, what have you been up to out here? You're not summoning a Castrum Demonica, are you? This looks different.
Castrum Demonica? Please. Those things were mere paving stones on the path of my research.
And that path leads where?
Give me your best guess.
Well, it would have to be something even more shocking than the Castrum, I suppose.
I want to restore beings that have been lost. To summon them back to their original state. With the ephemera as a catalyst, it should work. It can link us to worlds apart from ours. The rest? Why, it's simply a matter of time. That is, sending that being's spirit and flesh upstream through time to the proper moment.
Luther, are you sure the people will be able to accept that you've done this?
Alas, Harriet, I don't share their belief in gods. I believe only in facts and my own potential.
Sending beings upstream in time? Not even Arx has that kind of technology. If he was planning to use ephemera to do it, I'm not surprised Harriet was worried. We better hurry. This little fairy body is starting to get goosebumps.
Marvelous, Harriet. I didn't dare hope for this much magic from something so hastily thrown together. This must be the catalyst at work. Or could something about the soul itself be the key? Oh, Harriet! What troves of precious data you've brought me. What
finer a guinea pig could a researcher want?
What are you trying to do, Luther? Out with it!
I'm making a fresh start, so I can succeed where I once failed. The time is finally ripe. At long last, I have the ability to see this through. And then, at last, it will be mine. Infinite knowledge. Omniscience. Wait, what am I?
Luther?
What have I been doing all this time? My dear Harriet, the only person who understood me.
Luther, no!
Of course. Why should I hesitate? I will summon the lost Akashic Records! Knowledge of the entire universe will be mine! Now is the time. Here is the place. I just need to harness the power of the ephemera and perform the conjuration properly. I will know it once more. All that is, was, and ever will be. You see, Harriet, won't it be wonderful?
You speak of a line we were never meant to cross. Try as you might, Luther. You'll never succeed.
What?
Have you already forgotten, Luther? When the proof is right here, chained up before you!
Luther? What did you call me here for?
There you are, Harriet. You weren't followed? It'd be hell to pay if Father found this place.
Father's furious. He says we're shirking our responsibilities. I had to try and calm him down myself. Have a heart for your sister, Luther.
I'm surprised he hasn't realized it's a waste of time entrusting his errant son with royal duties. An utter waste of my time. Leaving petty things aside, you asked me why I called you here, yes? Well, I finally found the next step beyond conjuration, summoning beings upstream or downstream through time. Quantum conjuration.
And your plan is to follow through with this quantum conjuration?
Of course. What would my years of research have been for if I didn't bring this to fruition? I am going to finally understand how this world began. Dear sister, I'm going to summon the primordial being. I'll know all there was to know! Doesn't the idea just tantalize you? Harriet! Harriet! Damn it, wake up! Stay with me! It's all my fault! I conjured that awful thing! If someone has to die here, it should be me! Please, Harriet! Don't die! Not you! Anyone but you! Come back to me!
What did you see this time? Luther was crying and cradling Harriet? And she was dead? Wait, but Harriet's still alive! I mean, that's who we're going to save! But if what you saw really happened, and Harriet did die, then who or what is the Harriet we all know?